Hey guys, so here's your stuff for Thursday the 23rd. We are going to be just doing a pretty straightforward warm-up, so you're just going to do 30 seconds, so just run the clock. You're going to do high knees, right? Try to get them as high as you can. Try to keep stepping continuously for the 30 seconds. Butt kicks. Your feet up as high as you can. Same thing. You can break between those two sets, but just make sure you're doing 30 seconds continuously, getting the heart rate up. Then you're doing air squats, make them look good, slow them down. You don't have to kind of race through them, but try to put yourself in good positions. And then just lunges on the spot, knee touches the ground, right? Forward step, backward step, whatever. Just warm up. We're basically warming up to squat. We're going to do 5 sets of 10 front squats with whatever piece of equipment you got. So if it's a bar, you're going to find a bar that you can get up to your shoulders. You're probably not going to have to clean it up because you won't have a rack. It's not going to be the heaviest squat because it's 10 reps, but you're going to do 10 elbows high front squats. Okay, so loose grip, elbows high. This part should be parallel to the floor. Chest up as much as you can. Right, and then just staying tight so that we don't kind of lose that lower back. And then turning into this and coming up like that. We're trying to keep this upright so that when I come up from here, it looks the same. Okay? So it shouldn't start out as the heaviest squat, obviously. Like the first probably 3 to 5 aren't going to feel so bad, and then it's going to be depending on what weight you got, it's going to be those last few that are going to be the ones that kind of make the core tired, breathing heavy, and all that stuff. So find a weight that's first. If you want to add, like with a barbell, you might be able to add a little bit or change it or adjust it as you go. But instead of 10, you probably find like a medium weight and just do that 5 times. That'll really get the legs blown up. If you want to do, if you realize one set was too heavy, too light, add a little bit. Maybe if it's heavy enough, don't add to it. Yeah, but make sure you're getting all 10 in a row. Don't do 5, break 5, and kind of be realistic with if the one set you did was really hard, don't add a lot to the next one because it's probably going to feel even harder if you're a little bit tired. I wouldn't be adding a lot, and then if you know there's probably a good chance you're going to fail. Okay, so make sure you're being reasonable, that you give yourself a shot to so if you got a kettlebell, you're going to hold that in the front rack, so not here in the front rack. Okay, so find something that's hard. So if the only kettlebell or piece of equipment you got is really easy for 10, let's add some more reps. Make it like a hard set. So it's 15 reps or 20 reps. Goblet squats usually get the core. The front should be hard to kind of hang on to here, right? So if you have 2 dumbbells, you can do dumbbell front squats like this, where you're holding them kind of with the back of the dumbbell resting on the shoulder here. If you have 1 dumbbell, you're holding it like this. But again, that's going to be lighter. You're probably going to be able to do 10 pretty easily, depending on your weight. So if you have to, use 2. If you don't, maybe you got to add some reps. If you have a plate at home, you could do like a plate front squat, right? Hugging the plate here or holding it like this, right? If you've got a ball, if you've got a med ball, right? Same idea, just holding that ball in front of you, just like you hold it to throw it for a wall ball, you're just not throwing it. But again, all of those you might have to adjust your reps. So say you have a ball that's pretty comfortable and then you're just going to keep doing that. 5 sets of 10 is just a good guide, and then if you have to adjust, usually you're going to have to adjust on the upper end, right? If it's too hard for 10, I think it's not going to be if you just have 1 dumbbell. If it's a bar, lower the weight. Okay? So for the WOD, you're going to do Tabata sets. So if you've never done Tabata stuff, which I'm sure it's only a few of you who've never done that stuff, because we do it every once in a while at the gym. Tabata just means 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. So you're going to do, for the first one, you're going to start with 20 seconds of kettlebell swings. You're going to get as many as you can. You're going to keep track of that number. Then you're going to stop for 10 seconds. Then you're going to do 20 seconds of work again. Stop for 10 seconds. And then you're going to do 8 sets. So you're going to have to keep track of how many you've done. So some people are going to mark, I would mark the whiteboard, or you guys mark the floor, or something to make sure that you're doing 8 sets. So say you get 10 in each thing, you got 80 reps at the end, right? Yeah, so you're basically sprinting, and resting, okay? And so you're gonna have a score for your kettlebell swings. You're gonna rest exactly a minute. So if you leave it'll be a minute 10 if you do a running Tabata timer. Like if it'll go 10 off after you finish. It'll go 20 on, 10 off, that's 30. And then 20 on, 10 off, there's another 30, so there's a minute 10. Then you're gonna do the sumo deadlift. So I don't wanna rest 5 minutes between. You're supposed to be a little bit tired. Next one is sumo deadlift high pull. So, sorry, the kettlebell swings. It's right up to overhead. If you're doing a dumbbell, this one, or you can hold it like this. Okay. I'd say if you've got a bar, I would make it light, probably just the empty bar. Something I can do from the high hang. Okay. Something that I can do quite a few in a row. Yeah, so then when I'm doing sumo deadlift high pulls with a bar that looks like this, right? So we're going to do a deadlift, and then extend and shrug. I still haven't used my arms yet, and then I pull. Bar should get to collarbone height. Push the bar back down to the thigh, tip over, touch. Okay, so if I've got a kettlebell, same idea. Okay, dumbbell, you might have to hold it a little bit different. This way, or you might want to hold it this way. Right, just a little harder to get to the floor. If you have a plate, you hold that plate. Okay. Either way, if you're doing 20 seconds continuous as like a sprint pace, no matter what piece of equipment you use, even if it's pretty light, is going to add up. So just hammer that 20 seconds, see how much you recover in the 10, right? It's not supposed to be heavy, right? You shouldn't have to break too much in that 20 seconds. Yeah, then jumping air squats. So always make the down part looking good. Squat, off the ground. Squat, off. Right? So I don't want to just, often you see these ones, it's like, right, when people kind of get into this squat where their heels come off the ground, they kind of drop into the wrong position. So I want to still do a nice looking air squat. Right? I kind of want to go one motion. The point is to get explosive. I want to do one motion up. I don't want to squat and then jump unless you have to. The point is to get explosive and to really power up. Right? But always think back in the heels and make that bottom of the squat look good. That one's really going to blow up the legs, and so is the next one. Jumping lunges are going to blow up the legs. So you're going to do just on the spot, knee to the ground, knee to the ground, knee to the ground. Try not to put the hands on the thighs. Try not to hold on to anything. And also trying to jump right into that step. So I don't want it to be like, and then having to move my feet. And then having to move my feet, it's right into that next step. Okay, and then if that kind of falls apart, or say you have really bad or a really hard time with balance, you can use a wall. Some people might be needing that, or a post or a doorway. And then if really you're having a hard time with balance, jumping usually kind of is a little harder. then just regular lunges. So if jumping just makes you fall over all the time, or you can't get down, not just because you don't feel like jumping, then you just do regular lunges. Okay, so then you just go to the ground. Like if regular lunges would be really hard for you, do that. Okay, so yeah, so sprint for the whole 8 sets of the one thing. You're not rotating through each one. You're going to do just the kettlebell swings for 8 sets. Then you're going to rest a minute, just the sumo deadlift high pulls for 8 sets. Rest for a minute. Just the jumping air squats for 8 sets. Rest a minute. Jumping lunges for 8 sets. Done. Okay? 4 separate scores. Good luck.